When you think about changing your life, the experience can be overwhelming because what comes to mind is this idea that we have to make drastic changes to our current situation in order to get anywhere close to where we want to be. The truth is, all it takes are small changes. Small habits applied on a consistent basis help us to achieve big results in life. There is no such thing as an overnight success, only over time success, because consistency always beats intensity. If you can be consistent at applying the right habits, what happens is you begin to experience that compound effect. And also the journey is more sustainable. If you go into a new habit with intensity, very quickly you will give up. But if you go into it in a small way and build up over time, very quickly you will adopt it on a regular basis. So if you wanted to exercise and you've never exercised before, just start with 5 minutes a day. Yeah. That's it. Because that momentum will build you throughout the year. You see, when the habit is small, simple, and easy to implement, you are more likely to practice it every day. And in the process, it will change your life. Abraham Maslow observed that at any given moment, you have two options. The first is to step into growth. The second is to step back into the comfort of safety. We don't know if the decisions we're about to take today are going to open the path to where we want to be. So there is certainly a degree of trust that has to go into it. And also self-belief. You have to believe to some degree that you have value to offer the world, that you have something that is going to help you get to where you want to be. There are two sales that occur all the time. The second is selling you to others, and the first is selling you to you. And unless you can sell you to you, it is always going to be a challenge to sell you to others. And this is why there's a combination here of inner work and outer work, and it always starts with the inner work. Because if you spend enough time working on you, the outside stuff becomes a lot easier. If you're the sort of person that wants to step forward into growth, then make sure to watch until the end of today's video. Because I'm going to share with you habits that would change your life forever. The first habit is to carry a book wherever you go, so that you can take advantage of all of those unexpected moments in your day, from the commute you make to and from work, to the unexpected delays, and to waiting for a friend that you plan to meet. According to Earl Nightingale, 1 hour per day of study in your chosen field is all it takes. 1 hour per day of study will put you at the top of your field in just 3 years. In today's world, we are blessed with an abundance of information. From podcasts to books, from YouTube videos to online courses, there is so much information available for us to learn. The question is, are we making use of these tools and resources available to us? Because the truth is, your life grows proportionally to how much you learn, to the knowledge that you are able to acquire. The greatest investment you can make is in yourself. And embracing this eternal student mindset is a habit that energizes you to try something new, take action, and open your mind to new perspectives. And every time you learn something new, your brain evolves as new connections and thought patterns are formed. Learning does not stop with formal education. It simply marks the beginning of your real education, because the truly successful person is a student of life. The second habit is to express gratitude to someone each day. You see, happiness begins with gratitude, and gratitude is the path to abundance. As William Arthur Ward said, feeling grateful and not expressing it is like wrapping a present and never giving it to that person. I'm often asked, Simon, what is the fastest way to increase my energetic state immediately? Now, apart from going to the gym and doing a workout, which is guaranteed to elevate your energetic state, the next best thing is what I call a 3-step process summarized by gratitude with intention. Now, a lot of people talk about gratitude, but for me, I want to add 2 words to the end. Is gratitude with intention. It's being intentional with how you express gratitude. So the first step is to write down the name of somebody that you can be grateful for right now. It could be a partner, a colleague, a family, a close friend. Second step is to write down why did you choose that person in as much detail as you can.
And this step is important. So you want to go into details such as, what has he or she done for you? How have they supported you? What would life be like if they were not present, or they did not do the thing that they did to help you in that moment? Once you've got that written down, the third step is where the magic happens in terms of elevating our energetic state. The third step is to pick up your phone, call that person, and read out step 2. Now, if you feel uncomfortable doing that final step, at a minimum, what you want to do is to record a voice note and to send it to that person. Why? Because our voice carries energy. If you simply send a text message or an email or a letter, the recipient has to make up what your energetic state was when you put that together. They don't know what your emotion was like. But when you convey that message through voice, there is emotion in our voice. People can feel that and receive that. And that's why at a minimum, you should send a voice note. So that is a powerful activity that people can do right now to immediately elevate their energetic state.
So here's a small challenge for you if you want to feel the power of this small habit. Think of one person right now that you can be grateful for. Send them a voice note and notice how you feel. Now, when you express gratitude with intent to people each day, it doesn't have to be a grand gesture. It can be as simple as sending them a voice note to express your appreciation, writing a note of thanks to someone for the service they have provided to you, or sharing with them a link to an article or book that you feel would benefit them at this moment in their life. The third habit is to schedule your priorities. Most of us focus on prioritizing our schedule. But if you can schedule your priorities, you will make far greater progress than the majority. We can be quick to say yes to that work meeting, to that social event, or that holiday in our calendar. But how quick are we at blocking out time for the things that actually matter, to schedule our priorities into our diary?
Yeah.
At any point we have a choice. Do we choose to spend our time this way, or we choose to spend our time that way? And the choice that we make determines whether we move quickly up our trajectory, or whether we're stagnant, or whether we actually move downwards. Show me your schedule and I will tell you your priorities, because your schedule reflects what you are most committed to. A great way to approach this is to begin with the end in mind and to narrow down that time constraint. So for example, how will you know that today will have been a productive day? Write down your thoughts onto paper and then ask yourself, if you only had 1 hour to focus on what mattered most, how would you spend it? How would you spend that 1 hour? Because when you begin with the end in mind, and when you are able to understand what matters most, you are able to schedule those things into your diary and wake up each day with greater focus on following through on the activities that will move the needle and transform your life over time. You see, without proper planning and prioritizing, you will almost always fail at being productive. And here's a bonus idea for you. If you can do the one thing that matters most and that will help impact all other areas of your life first thing in the morning each day, you set yourself up for a far more productive rest of the day ahead. You will go forward into the rest of your day knowing that you already have had a productive day, no matter what happens throughout the remainder of that time. The fourth habit is to embrace nothing time. To have regular moments throughout your days, weeks, and months where you do absolutely nothing, to give you the opportunity to reset and to recover. Because for many of us, we need to slow down in order to speed up. When you slow down, you are able to reflect. When you slow down, you begin to understand that silence is far from empty. It is full of the answers that we seek. Because in that moment of quiet, we are connected to our soul. We are connected to our true selves. And we're able to connect the dots that we have been collecting. We are able to make sense of our own world, to understand what is important, and to reflect on the journey that we are on.
The most creative breakthroughs occur when you disconnect and you just spend time being.
Yes.
And there's a difference between doing and being. We spend a lot of time doing, but not enough time being. And so if you look at some of these anecdotes like Isaac Newton, apple falls on his head, gravity. Archimedes lying in the bathtub, eureka, he discovers displacement theory. Or Thomas Edison fishing with no bait, so no one, not even the fish, would disturb him. Now, I don't know if these anecdotes are true, but I think there is a lot of wisdom in the fact that they got those breakthroughs when they had me time, when they disconnected, when they allowed their mind to connect the dots they had collected. So that is why me time is important, not just for your health, but also if we want to access that creative energy inside of us all.
One of the secrets to sustainable success is regular recovery. So when you begin embracing nothing time, you are able to come back to what you were doing, energized, rejuvenated, and reset. You are able to thrive over the long term rather than just feel like you are surviving day to day. So these are the 4 small habits that I feel would change your life forever. The first is to carry a book wherever you go. The second is to express gratitude to someone each day. The third is to schedule your priorities. And the fourth is to embrace nothing time. Now, I would love to learn from you. Let me know in the comments below what small habits have changed your life. What small habits have turned your life into something far better than you ever imagined. If you enjoyed this video, you will also like this one. And if you haven't already, make sure to grab a copy of my best-selling book, Energize, where I share more habits that will help energize your life and fulfill your potential. It would mean the world to me as well if you could subscribe, leave a comment, and hit the like button. See you in the next video, and in the meantime, I look forward to engaging with you in the comments below.